Hey guys, I just got to the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. It's a beautiful early fall day, so we're gonna go check out the vendors here and maybe see some animal shows. It should be an interesting day full of fiber and fun.
Here, and this is what it looks like. It is a super windy day, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But at the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival, there are tons of buildings, show buildings, full of vendors, as well as sheep and goats. I know that sign says beef, but there's not actually any cattle in there. Another show barn full of vendors right here. Back there you can see where they do the sheep demonstrations and sheepdog demonstrations. More vendors out here on the lawn, going back pretty far. And then way in the back there, if you see those green buildings, there are actually 3 or 4 of them, and they are also packed with vendors. It's starting to get a little busier, but it has not been crowded at all. Okay, we're gonna check out what's inside this barn. If I sound a little muffled, it's because I have a mask on. And it is noisy in here anyway. As you can see, there's lots of beautiful stuff to check out in here. There's also some jewelry. Looks like needle punch kits. Yarn, of course. Oh my goodness, look at these felted animals. That is beautiful. Stockings, spinning wheels, spindles, looms, handmade stuff. Buttons, other pottery. Looks like more yarn, right? Project bags, handmade buttons, more project bags, happy knitters, more yarn, beautiful shawl pin, more yarn. Oh, and it looks like whole sheep pelts too. Lots of stuff available here. You guys should come check this out. There are some interesting food vendors here as well. Oh my goodness, this might be for me. Should probably have some lunch before I have some cobbler. There's also an eatery here, which belongs to the fairgrounds. You can see it's getting a little packed because it's right afternoon. These are the other show buildings. The one that's marked homemaking, the one that's marked horticulture. This is the main tent where you can purchase merchandise from the festival. There's also a raffle. You get a ticket with entry and you can buy extra if you decide to do so. A few more tents, and then the Ruritan barn is also full of vendors. So there are easily over 100 vendors here today. It's a nice sized festival. Not huge, but good enough to find something that you want to buy, maybe a few somethings, and definitely get a sense of what's out there. Hey guys, so I ended up getting a sausage with kraut, like a bratwurst from this Boy Scout cart for lunch. And sorry, I'm getting notifications as I'm trying to record. And of course, it's delicious because fairground food always is. Reasonably priced, really good. I am going to head back for some cobbler because I love cobbler. And the sun has come out and it's a beautiful day. Even though it's a little warm now, the wind keeps whipping through, and in the shade it can still be just like the tiniest bit chilly. So it's like perfect. I guess late September is like ideal, right? It's not quite sweater weather, but you can get ready for it. So I did want to show you guys what I ended up purchasing. Two beautiful yarns. I've got a project in mind, but I'm not going to share that just yet. I got two from Create Yarn Works. Let me see how close I can get them. I don't know if you can tell, but they sparkle. One of them's like a tonal black, and then the other one is like a red. And both are shimmery socks, so merino and nylon and a tiny bit of sparkle in there. So hopefully you can tell how gorgeous they are. I had a really good chat with the woman at the booth whose name I've already forgotten. And it's not on her card, but here's their info. There are lots of great vendors out here. You guys should totally check out the list. And come out next year if you're able to. It's a really, really nice festival. And I know a lot of vendors are virtual this year as well due to COVID. So there should be even more, once things settle down with the Delta variant. I will say it's mostly outdoors. Only a couple of the barns are completely enclosed, and they do ask that you wear a mask when you're in those barns. But other than that, mask free, just keep your distance from strangers. And everybody's been really good about that. There's no crowds or anything like that, although there's a good amount of people here. So thumbs up to Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. This has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed my day. And I'm probably going to poke around a little more and look for some yarn and notions. There are a couple project bags that I had my eye on. And a couple folks are selling lotions and soaps and things like that made from goat's milk. So a bonus there, a little extra something to take home. But yeah.
Yes. So his stepdaughter, I know she wants one. Like she's she's pretty like trying to get into college with
I'm getting ready to head out, but I wanted to share with you guys. I know I said there were tons of vendors here. I didn't even look through the list of vendors that's provided in this pamphlet or guide that I got when I came in, and the guide is free, but I did want to share. Look at this. This is an alphabetical list of vendors, and you can see that's, I don't know how many that is, but that's just the first page, and it continues on the second page, and Oh, that's Needles in the Haymarket. I've been there. That is a great little shop to visit, and I think they just announced that they're moving. Still to Gainesville, but there still be Needles in the Haymarket. But this is the map of the festival grounds, and then if you keep going, sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. You'll see that the vendor list just like continues and continues and continues. So all of these vendors are here. There's also a list by location in the guide. So as you go barn to barn, you can figure out who was where, especially if you're going back and trying to figure out who made that really pretty yarn that you loved. But yeah, this was a super handy guide. It looks a lot bigger than it is. It actually was very manageable. Not the largest festival I've been to, but just about the right size for a one-day trip. I wasn't able to come all weekend, and you kind of need all weekend if you're going to something huge. So definitely recommend. Also, the location is, I'm in Berryville, Virginia, which is really, really, really close to West Virginia. So sort of the northwestern edge of Virginia in Clark County. So you guys can take a look. There were vendors. A couple said they were from, one or two said they were from North Carolina, but most are Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and several from New York. So that's sort of the region that you're dealing with here.